They'll take this down. Ionescu with 4 to shoot. Ionescu creates separation. She makes it.
The New York Liberty this morning defeated the freaking Connecticut Sun. My Connecticut Sun got drowned out. Side note, I'm tired of the WNBA. Like, who's in charge of the scheduling? So I had to literally try to sneak off and work. I'm about to review 3 games today, okay? First, Connecticut Sun versus New York Liberty. Then I'm going to talk about Chicago Sky versus Atlanta Dream. And then, last but not least, Indiana Fever and DC Mystics. I'm like, whose idea was to schedule these WNBA games, as much as the sport is growing, as much as the attention is attracting, at freaking 10, 11 a.m. in the morning while everybody at work? I'm literally at my desk trying to be productive. I was being productive today, of course, at work. But at the same time, I had to kind of like sneak around and sneak off just to watch the game. I watched the Connecticut Sun versus New York Liberty in its entirety. And they always put on the show, Connecticut Sun. They have, they're very exciting. New York Liberty, they're exciting. So when they came together, I was like, let's see, let's go. Because again, and the WNBA Power Rankings, Connecticut Sun, I had reached number 1. They beat New York, Las Vegas Aces, Seattle Storm, Minnesota Lynx, and they just got defeated by New York Liberty this morning. The end game was New York Liberty 71 points to Connecticut Sun's just 68 points. So they missed it just by 3 points, and it was so frustrating. So the first quarter begins, and DeWanna Bonner, she scored the most points out of her team in its entirety. She posted up 22 points. Sabrina Ionescu, is that how you say it? Sabrina Ionescu, she scored 21 points in this entire game. Then Breanna Stewart posted up 18 points in this game. The Suns struggled in defense against Breanna Stewart, who was 6'4". Sabrina, I believe she's 6 feet tall even. And then Jonquel Jones, who used to be a Connecticut Sun player. Her and Jonquel Jones and DJ Carrington, they're actually like really close friends. Jonquel Jones used to be a Connecticut Sun, and she's 6'5". And it's like when she came into the paint, it was not much some Connecticut Sun girls could do with her. So their defense, again, was like really weak against the New York Liberty because they just had that physicality, that strength, that size. They had that tall stature that was just like, ain't no way you blocking any of my shots. So the first 10 minutes of this game, the Connecticut Sun shot at 37.5%, while the New York Liberty shot at 70.6%, and that was incredibly frustrating. I'm like, come on. Like, Alyssa Thomas, like, she's been letting me down, DeWanna Bonner. It's like, we need some real 3 shooters. We need some women on this team in the Connecticut Sun, that is, who know how to drive it to the paint, and who know how to get a 3-point off, okay, period. Like, in the women's league, even more so in the NBA league, it's in my opinion that in the WNBA, you need to know how to, like, perfect throwing threes. Because, again, like, it's starting to become, like, more and more less contact, which is so annoying. But, everybody getting hurt, everybody getting their head halfway taken off, everybody getting fouled shots. So it's like, you know what? Instead of, like, trying to drive it to the paint, you got to get that mid-range game up, get them 2s and them 3s from the paint. Also, DJ Carrington, she put up 8 points. Breanna Jones, she put up 17 points. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Breanna Jones, she's like 6'3", 210. Of the Connecticut Sun, she put up 17 points. I loved it. So in the first quarter, New York Liberty had 29 points to Connecticut Sun's 19 points. They had a 10-point lead on them. In the second quarter, New York Liberty made 10 points to the Connecticut Sun's 19 points. So in the second quarter, that's when they woke up. Like in the first quarter, they got punched in the nose really hard. They got punched in the face, and they decided, like, hey, what time is it? It's go time. It's time for us to get it together. And then in the third quarter, New York Liberty posted up 20 points to Connecticut Sun's 16 points. And then in the fourth quarter, last but not least, New York Liberty put up 12 points, while Connecticut Sun put up 14 points. So again, it was a good game. It was an exciting game. I was a little disappointed. I'm at my work. They're like, oh, Geneva, can you organize these files? I'm like, yeah, I got you. And I'm like, I'm sneaking off to go to the bathroom, to go to the locker room to watch the freaking game, and get my notes together. So again, it was a good game. It was a close game. New York Liberty came through, and they dominated Connecticut Sun by 3 points. It was a game of 71 to 68 points. Now, yesterday, I decided, I was like, you know what? Let me watch Los Angeles Sparks take on the Minnesota Lynx at their hometown, at their home court in Los Angeles, California. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a snooze fest. Like, is it just me? But the Los Angeles Sparks are boring. They're a boring team. It's like, y'all got people like Cameron Brink, even though she's out right now, she's injured. You got the lovely and gorgeous, beautiful, tall, just elegant Rakia Jackson. Who else you got on there? It's just so many women. I think Lexi Brown is still on and off. I believe she's suffering from Crohn's disease. Like, she's not healthy enough to be on the team. You got Zaya Cook on there, who I feel like she should come to Chicago Sky. Like, she would be perfect there. So you got all these women, and it's like watching the LA Sparks games is so uninteresting. It's like watching paint dry. So of course, Minnesota Lynx beat LA Sparks at their home, with the Minnesota Lynx ending the game with 82 points to the freaking LA Sparks 67 points. Like, damn near a blowout. Again, like their defense. Also, De'Erica Hamby, It's like the only thing they got going on them is like Erica Hamby has this rivalry with her and Miss Becky Hammon, the Las Vegas Aces head coach, and the Las Vegas Aces team. And it's like that's the only thing that like gives her some energy, some that put that battery in her back, and also her teammates back of the LA Sparks to actually get up and show up and perform and be efficient on that court. Anybody else is like they just let them just slap them up across the face, and it's like they're stuck. They're horrible team. The LA Sparks stadium, I noticed last night it was half empty. Okay, like a lot of the Seattle Storm, they come out to perform and show up for the Seattle Storm girls. The Connecticut Sun, the stadium was packed from what I saw. Of course, Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark, everybody gonna bring it. Chicago Sky, the stadium, like Chicago Sky. I remember like last month when I was in Chicago visiting on leave, I went to the Chris Brown concert in the same night, and also Chicago Sky Stadium. Chicago Sky had good music popping. They had hip hop music. Everybody was cheering, the dances. The freaking stadium was packed because the Chicago Sky, they just bring that energy, and it was just like it was so contagious. It just makes you so excited and hyped. Like when you watch the Los Angeles Sparks game, it was nothing like that. And again, of course, I wasn't physically there, but just watching it through my screen, I'm like, the LA Sparks is just they don't have no excitement. There's no passion. I love to see the WNBA. I hate when y'all trying to like make them stop, like the passion and the rivalry between Angel Reese's, the Caitlin Clarks, the Connecticut Suns, and the New York Liberty. Like I like that. Let the women trash talk. Let them kind of get an elbow in here and there. Let them rivalries. I guess that's what we need. See, LA Sparks, the only rival they have right now is freaking Las Vegas Aces because Erica Hamby mad because she got thrown off the damn team because she was messing around with Drea Michelle's baby dad and got pregnant by him. Again, the Los Angeles Sparks is just not interesting to watch. Again, they have very gorgeous women, talented women on there like Cameron Brinks, Rakia Jackson, Zaya Cook, the other ones. But again, it's like they're not as skilled and there's no passion and aggression in their play. There's no trash talking. It's just like such a very sterile environment. Again, like the Los Angeles Sparks need to get it together because at this point it's embarrassing. And it's like, girl, you lost me. I can't pay attention to a Los Angeles Sparks game. Comment down below you guys' thoughts. Why do you guys think Connecticut Sun lost? What they could have done differently? And also, what are your opinions on the Los Angeles Sparks? I know I'm not the only one that finds them boring.